Ah, just the two I've been waiting for. Excellent work, by the way.
Hey, got those burner phones ready?
Of course I do. Who do you think I am?
つくも市が自信に満ち溢れてるな。
I still don't fully get what's going on. Yagami-san, what are we gonna do with these?
Okay, I'll break it down. First, we call Kawana on one phone. Let's say this one here. Then we use this other phone to call Reiko Kusamoto, using them that way. The phones won't be connected to each other, but their voices will be relayed so they can talk normally.
Oh, okay. And then?
If public security finds out Reiko Kusamoto's talking to Kawana, they'll trace the call without actually finding him. And we can see exactly who they send without risk of being seen ourselves.
I think I'm getting it.
Surely you don't intend to do that here, do you? That would put a beacon on us for Kawana-san's enemies.
Yeah, we'll do it somewhere remote. We need a place where nobody would raise an eyebrow at an army of public security boys. And it's gotta have a good vantage point.
There's a building under construction not far from here.
すぐ出て
It's
くるや
late,
ん。
so no one should be around that may get involved unintentionally.
つくも市がもう
It's
天
right
才すぎ
next
る
to
の
Rio
よ。
High. There's a crane by the river too. You'll know when you see it.
Okay, you two stay put. I should be able to handle this alone.
ほんまか
You sure about that?
Let me at least put out a drone, Yagami-shi, even if it isn't much. I'll use it to capture the faces of Kawana-san's pursuers.
八神氏割と一人やと心配やで。八神氏無敵ではないからさ。清涼高校の近くと言っておりましたが、さすがにタクシーで行った方がええね。なるほど、バッティングセンターとかある場所ね。あ、ここ。天沢北の事件を解決した場所やな。
This must be the construction site Tsukumo was talking about.
This is Tsukumo. Yagami-shi, I've confirmed your position.
Yeah, I think I can spot whoever comes close from here. I'm gonna call Kawana on the burner now.
Understood. It's Kawana.
You ready? I'm about to call Reiko Kusamoto. Once you're connected, you take it from there.
It's been 5 years since I last spoke to her.
Yeah. Can't imagine this won't be awkward.
そうでしょうね。
Okay, do it.
.だいぶぐるぐる巻きにしましたね。お、みつるくん。放浪時間楠本玲子さん。
Yes, hello?
This is Kitakata from Kurakawa Academy.
What?
You'll have to forgive me for this, but the position I'm in required me to reach out to you. I would never have done this otherwise. I should also note, there's a high probability this phone call is being tapped.
I see. Very well then.
It's been 13 years, Kusumoto-san.
なる
So
ほ
it
ど。
has.
Kitakata-sensei. I've read about your accomplishments. To think you'd become a vice minister.
You never really know how things are going to work out.
13年ぶりということにしているわけですね。
You were always destined to move up in the world. I've got to be honest with you. A woman as virtuous and as capable as you deserves the world and then some.
誰かに聞かれてる前提って言ってるのにのこのこ出
I'm
てく
afraid
るん
he's
ですか
still
ね。
with me. Nothing's changed.
I see. I wish I had the words.
What is it you wanted?
If you've been watching the news, you probably already heard. I've become a prime suspect for a crime. They think I murdered Yokosawa in her apartment.
I've heard.
Obviously, it wasn't me who killed her, of course. Do you happen to remember Sawa-kun by any chance?
The girl from your class. She was the only one of those students who ever came to visit Mitsuru. But even then, that's been at least 10 years now. I got a letter from her
3年
once,
くらいお見舞いに来てくれてたということ。
but I never did reply.
すごい
That
で
was
す
the last
ね。
I'd heard from her.
I see.
So back to my question. What do you want?
I hope you weren't planning to ask me for a favor. I'm afraid the answer would be no.
No, it's not that. It's just... I wanted to let you know that at some point, someone may come to you to ask a few questions about me. I thought I should give you a heads up. I'll make every effort to ensure they won't cause any trouble for you, Kusumoto-san. I'm sorry about this. I'll try to handle it from my side.
So in your opinion then, do you believe anything related to you could cause me any trouble?
Don't worry. I'm sure you'll be just fine.
We're almost to the signal. Kill the headlights.
うん、のこのこ来ましたね。
2 cars inbound. Looks like we were right on the money. This proves Reiko Kusumoto's phone is compromised. And if there's one organization capable of tracing a call and moving on it, it's gotta be public security on the hunt for Kawana.
Public security is really coming straight to you by car?
No, there's no way they could mobilize their people that quickly. My guess, it's gotta be the prefectural police that they've got in their pocket. Or it's just RK.
I will say it's been great to hear your voice again. But this should be the last time you ever hear from me. I'll try my best.
I understand. Goodbye.
Hey, look. It's a drone. It has a phone attached to it. Shoot it. Shoot it down.
You sure?
Just take it down. Hurry it up. Hey, what the fuck are you aiming at?
I can't
そら無理やろ。
small.
いや、撃ちすぎやろ。
Damn, dude. How the hell are we supposed to chase down a drone?
ちょっとバカすぎ
Where
る
the
な。
fuck is this Kawana guy?
Who knows, man? They called us in to catch this
公安
shit.
が手駒にするには
It's fucked up. Do we look like spec ops?
ちょっと小物すぎるよな。まあ相馬もそれは言うてたけど。
This is my second time, actually. I took a few shots at some kids in a park. I aimed at the ground and sent those little shits running for their lives.
We're done here. Pack it in.
楽しそうにしちゃって。
That's 6 punks and only 1 gun between you by my count.
Who the fuck are you?
It was you guys in charge. I'm sure Kawana would have had this whole thing solved a long time ago. Well, then again, I suppose I do have to give you credit for how fast you made it here.
That was my gun, asshole!
まあでも結局桑名の代わりに八神が体張ることになるわけですね。
You guys are RK's bottom rung, right?
やっぱ尺ですけどね、そこは。
Well, I guess we're not gonna be leaving here empty-handed after all. Come on! We're taking this guy in, boys! Fuck him up!
For real?
まあ6人のチンピだということですから、大したやつらではないでしょ。おのすごいもん落ちてた。いや、かわいそうではないけれども。すごい、これも見たことない。 誰か一人でいいから下に落とせへんかな。無理かな。いや無理そうやな。あとこの子しか残ってないしな。おやオッケー、終わりましたか。
Who sent you here?
The order came from the head honchos in RK.
You mean Soma?
Not that high up. It was one of the bosses. There's a bunch of them.
何人もおるん
What
や。
did they tell you to do once you found Kawana?
They just said to catch him. Well, they also made it very clear not to kill him.
おお。
Like we'd pull the trigger. We never even heard what our cut was.
殺すなとは言われ
Just
てる
another
んや
useless
な。
grunt. Tell me, gentlemen, how would you feel if you found out you were just pawns in public security's game?
We're playing what
Konna-
game now?
公安すら知
I
らんのじゃ
suggest
ん
you。quit RK while you can. Go tell your buddies, get them out too. Otherwise, they'll keep you in the dark, use you and toss you aside. And then, you'll end up in a ditch there's no crawling out of.
すでに銃ぶっ放してしまってるからな。もう取り返しつかへんと思うけど。
Yes?
出ました。
Pardon me. You would be Reiko Kusamoto, correct?
Sir, it's a little late for this. And how'd you get in here in the first place? I've expressly forbid having visitors.
Come now. I'm a coordinator with the National Police Bureau, but I'm sure you're familiar with my Division of Public Security. Bondo is my name, ma'am.
Are you now? Well, I'm afraid coordinator is rather vague.
I have a more public-facing title as well, of course.
やっぱりした
But I'm
名詞や
trying to
な
be。discreet here, so let's not get bogged down with minor details. It's in our best interests. I'm afraid that won't help. I've already seen to that.
そうでしょうね。
What is this?
There's a question I need answered with some urgency, Kusamoto-san. It concerns the disappearance of a certain individual.
Huh.
About 5 years ago, a man vanished off the streets of Kamurocho. I'm sure you'll recognize him. A former classmate of Mitsuru-kun here, Shinya Kawai. I believe there are things you might know. I can say that with some level of certainty, as a matter of fact.
いやー、ピンチですね。楠本さんのピンチ。チャプター10、合計の1年が終わりましたか。この意味のない殴り合いね。
Japan's National Intelligence Agency, Public Security, fixes its gaze on Reiko Kusamoto of the Ministry of Health. 5 years ago, Kawana prompted her to take revenge on Shinya Kawai for pushing her son to the brink. Secrets can only lie dormant so long, and upon their waking, chaos ensues.
チャプター11、潜入捜査。公安の得意技ですね。潜入といえば。
You've done it again, Tsukumo. Can't believe you found it.
I figured Mitsuru Kusamoto would be in one of the better hospitals around the health ministry.
つくもしがすごすぎるんですよ。
Then I pinpointed the exact one through sheer
本
determination.
作の
And that led you to
MVP.
Toto University Hospital. So Mitsuru is still lying in a coma there?
Yep. Reiko Kusamoto has been visiting her son every night for the past 13 years, even after she became vice minister.
すごいな。
If you gentlemen want to meet her in person, that would be your best chance.
Yagami, you seriously think you can convince Reiko Kusamoto to turn herself in?
Well, I'm gonna try at least.
She's at the top of the food chain. If it comes out that she committed murder, the whole country's gonna lose it.
まあね。
If they hadn't tried to hide it, nobody else would have needed to pay for it. Sawa sensei.
そうですね。
Yeah. You're right.
And if she confesses to killing Kawai, public security will run out of reasons to keep defending RK.
杉浦もね、お姉さんのことがあるからな。
So in theory, that should free up the police to pursue Soma about Sawa sensei.
Totally agree with you there.
But Kawana-san's against that, right? Didn't he say he wouldn't let her turn herself in?
まあそりゃそうでしょうね。
Yeah. That's why he's not in the loop on this.
So, you're just gonna show up? You do know she's probably surrounded by public security at all times, don't you?
Just means we gotta be prepared for that. Like the professional detectives we are.
なるほど。
Prepared? How?
Just leave it to us. Yagami-san, I gotta go get ready. Let's meet at Toto University Hospital.
Got it.
See ya.
So what do you need from me in this, Yagami?
Got any old acquaintances in RK? Think you can find out where Soma and Akutsu are?
You forget who you're talking to? Why wouldn't I be able to cover that?
めちゃめちゃ協力的やん。
I knew a few ex-Tojo guys who go in and out of RK on the regular.
なるほど。
Thanks. Watch your back. If they find out you're spying on them, they won't like it.
I'll be ready. Like the professional ex-Yakuza I am. See ya.
いいね。
He's rough around the edges, but in the end, he comes through.
いや、ほんまにね。
Yeah. Turns out he's got extra time on his hands.
プロの探偵と
Why don't you hire him at your office, Yagami-shi?
プロの元ヤクザ。
I'll talk about that with Kaito-san once he recovers. Anyway, sorry Tsukumo, but we have to take Sukiura from you again.
Why start apologizing now? It's all good. We'll talk again soon.
東都大病院に向かおうと。じゃあさっさと間違えた。お金もらったけどさっさと向かいましょうか。杉浦が運転してますね。いや、このタイミング合わせて運転してきたらすごいな。なるほどね。いや、乗り込めますか。すんなり乗り込んでくれたからええけど。
What are you? Don't worry. I'll give it back to you after this. I'm sure it's bugged, and we wouldn't want anyone listening in now, would we?
We'll take a few laps around the block.
割と力技ですね。いつものことやけど。
Just need a bit of your time.
Very well. Who are you people?
We're just local detectives, but Kitakata sensei is an acquaintance of ours. We know about Mitsuru-kun, and we know that 5 years ago, A man named Shinya Kawai mysteriously disappeared and died.
I have no idea what you're saying.
まあそうでしょうね。
I know how this must come across right now.
いきなり話せへん
We
よ
aren't the
な。
ones posing a threat.
Fine. What is it you want then?
All I want is the truth. In your own words. About Shinya Kawai. And how you carried out his murder.
You're mistaken. I didn't do it.
そら認めへんやろ。こんなよくわからん男
The
二
other
人
day you
組
received
に
a call from Kitakata-sensei, didn't you? He goes by the name Kawana now, and works as a handyman in Ijincho. He made that call because we needed to confirm something.
Confirm what?
Whether or not you were being watched by public security.
Public security, you say?
この反応はあまり驚いていないのか、もう心当たりがあるの
As
か。
it turns out, you are. Your cell phone is bugged. It can even use GPS to trace who's on the other end of the line. That kind of trace is only possible with cooperation from the cellular providers. Unless you're public security, who could pull something like that off in secret. They want to hit you where you're vulnerable. And that's what you are now after Kawana. Do you understand, Kusamoto-san? You must really be something special. You were never in this job for yourself. It fell into your lap as your predecessors fell like dominoes. That's why you don't owe anyone anything. You're free of constraints. And Mitsuru-kun's tragedy even gained you public sympathy on top of it. Combine all that with a capable bureaucrat like you, there's no telling what you could accomplish.
なるほど
You're cleaning up
ね。
house, tackling the revolving door problems. Things you know are the right moves, but with no regard for the consequences. I
し
understand
がら
even
み
the
がな
cat
いの
engages your
って
opinion, since you have so much public support.
怖いよ
But
な
I。think that's also made you some enemies. Most likely whoever's holding public security's leash.
I have more than a few enemies. I'm well aware of that. And I have no doubt public security would comply with them.
うんうん。
To be quite frank, public security only exists to maintain the status quo. The establishment is made up of various powers which control politics and finance. But naturally, each branch has its own agendas, goals, ideas of justice, which leads to all sorts of issues and hindrances, which you call constraints. The more individuals who make up society, the more unavoidable that is.
そうで
Are
す
you
ね。
implying it's public security's job to loosen those constraints?
There's more to it than that.
あくまで組
The
織は
world we
人の
live
集
in
合
requires
体や
all
からな。
kinds of value systems to coexist, even in chaos. But if you loosen the constraints too far, the fall of the state is inevitable. In that regard, public security's role is to stabilize and maintain the state even while bound by constraints. In other words, the constraints of these powers are precisely what are protected by public security. So the fact that I am not caught up in all that does, indeed, make me something of a pesky foreign object.
A pesky foreign object. I see. So to these establishment people, you're something to be excised.
はいはい
Guess
はい
there's。bullying among adults in high places too.
いじめの対象だとい
Now we
う
know
こと
why
で
they were
す。
looking for any kind of weakness in you. And that's when they turned the spotlight on Shinya Kawai's disappearance. An event that was triggered by Akihiro Ihara's case. You know the one, I presume.
Yes.
An active duty policeman exacted revenge on the bully who drove his son to suicide. Your enemies must have heard that and thought to themselves, what would Reiko Kusamoto have done to her son's bully? I'm guessing that's what prompted public security to make their move. As the details of Ihara's case came to light, a group of thugs calling themselves RK started looking for Shinya Kawai. All to find out that he was kidnapped 5 years ago, probably killed.
I never did anything out of revenge.
まあまあまあ。そうね。秘密を言うわけにはいかないと。証拠もないな。
Even after finding out Kawai disappeared, public security still had to verify it. But if they found out you were involved, that'd be a win for them. They'd finally know Reiko Kusamoto's weakness.
How long are you going to keep talking?
As public security figured out, the bullying cases involving Toshiro Ihara and your son share a common link. That link being Sawa-sensei. She was Mitsuru-kun's classmate and Toshiro Ihara's teacher. Not only that, she was also linked to Ihara's murder victim, Mikoshiba. She was his master teacher. So, not long after the murder, RK came to Ijincho and broke into her home. That must have been when they got Kawana's name out of her. I think Sawa-sensei suspected that Kawana was involved in Mikoshiba's murder. Then Soma steps in, with his professional interrogation skills, to beat and scare her into spilling everything. Kusamoto-san, you knew she was killed, right? Kawana should have told you over the phone.
Wait, are you not one of his colleagues? He said he wouldn't cause me any trouble, and that he would never call me again.
Kawana and I are competitors on a temporary ceasefire.
仲間ではないですね、決して。さあ、先生の名前を足してからこの人も動揺してる。今しか聞き出せないことがあるかも。お、公安からの接触。
Has anybody from public security contacted you? Have you been approached by any strangers?
I have my suspicions.
What are their names? I imagine what they wanted was to exploit your weakness to control you. Because if all they wanted was to eliminate you, some kind of accident would be easily arranged.
Yes. I suppose you're right.
Do you have any idea what these people are after? And do you mind sharing?
What they want is control of the pension fund, which is under the Health Ministry's jurisdiction.
Pension fund?
An independent agency within the ministry manages the National Pension Fund. It's taxpayer funded, and it's worth 160 trillion yen.
What?
And certain groups want to take bigger risks with that money in order to generate more profit. In other words, they want the health ministry to use taxpayer money to gamble. They believe that's the only way to rebuild Japan's faltering economy and secure the future of this country.
I mean, would it work?
Of course. If the gamble
まあそう
actually
いう
pays
人も
off.
いるでしょう
But if we
ね。
lost the gamble, then we wouldn't be able to guarantee anything for the citizens of this country in their golden years.
年
That's
金
why
い
the
らんか
health
ら返して
ministry
ほし
manages
いも
those
んな。
funds conservatively, even if it means the returns are
若い
low.
人からしたらね。
Okay. I'm starting to understand now.
いやもう返してもらわんでもいいからも
Dust,
う
Yagami-san?
To be able to
もう払うん
gamble all
や
this
めたいよな。
taxpayer money to save the economy, they need a change
もう
of
最
management.
悪帰ってこんでもいいから
Here's Kusamoto-san,
帰
head
って
of
く
the
るっていう
office,
か
and she's beyond the control of even the ministers. Her position has the power to
そ
take
もそも帰
action,
ってくるもんじゃ
to
ないけ
override the
ど
way the pension fund is managed. But not only does Kusamoto-san have the power, she has the support of the people. If a new vice minister were to try it, they'd be stopped cold by the constraints.
So that's why they wanted to find her weakness and exploit it?
Exactly. And if the 160 trillion yen gamble were to fail, they could blame the whole thing on Kusamoto-san anyway.
Okay. But wow. 160 trillion.
I'm guessing they've already
ね
contacted you about it.
160兆っ
That's
て
an
ね
assumption.
1兆でいいから欲しいよな。多くは望まへんからさ。1兆で十分やからちょっと欲しいですよね。
He could wake up any minute now. Of course, that's been true for the last 13 years.
I see.
We transferred him to Toto University Hospital just this year, hoping they could spur his recovery. But it turns out they don't do anything much different from the previous hospital. All I can do is wait.
なるほどね。まあそれは心苦しいですね。
I have to ask you about Shinya Kawai. You killed him 5 years ago. With your own hands, didn't you? I understand what your feelings must be towards Kawai, but was that really the only answer?
If you've spoken to Kitakata-sensei, then you must know about the video of how Mitsuru was treated.
I do.
Aside from Kawai, the other students pretended like nothing happened. They took no responsibility. They put on their sad faces, and they came to visit Mitsuru at the hospital. But looking back on it now, I don't think they really wanted Mitsuru to wake up. In fact, that's what they were checking on. And what did I do? I bowed my head and thanked them. It was only later that Kitakata-sensei showed me the video.
いやー、きついよな。
That those kids going unpunished was wrong.
And your solution was to pull them into the quagmire?
河合
Make them
は
accomplices in murdering Kawai?
河合はともかくって言ってましたけど、
You already know so much.
そうなんですよね。河合はもう社会的制裁を受けてたんですよね。それがちょっとってずっと思ってんねやな。
We are not your enemy.
Then please, let me go.
Anything you want me to tell Kawana?
間宮さんとか赤池さんは
He needs to run. Far away.
ちょっとあれですけども。
Public security has their sights on him. His capture is not a question of if, but when. He's in danger if he remains in the country. And once public security has him, they will extract everything he knows.
You mean he'd be tortured?
Yes. Somewhere well beyond the public eye. No one can withstand what they do. He'd tell them everything.
公安ってそんなことするんですか？
They would expose your vulnerability.
実際の公安は分からんけど、
Most likely. They gamble away the taxpayers' money.
実際の公安に対してなんかイメージ悪くなりそうですよね。
What?
なんかそんな心配してしまうわ。
Because in my opinion, you need to turn yourself in, Kusumoto-san.
You want me to admit to manslaughter? You think I killed a real man? I say he was less than one.
人なんですよ。
He was little more than a subhuman brute. And you saw it. You saw what that brute did to my son.
それが人なんですよね。
I hated Kitakata-sensei. He was an incompetent teacher. An idiot who turned a blind eye to Mitsuru being tortured. But that changed when he suddenly showed up 8 years later. And then he showed me that video. He said, every bully in that video, they deserved to be punished. That it was the only way to get closure.
You took him up on it? But you of all people should have known better.
True. You're right about that. I struggled with it quite a bit.
踏みとどまった方が良かったよ
No matter
な。
how deep your animosity runs. But Kitakata-sensei's words hung on. I couldn't get them out of my
で
head.
も桑名がだ
I
いぶ
saw
悪
it
い
for
よな。
myself. I went to Kamurocho where I'd heard Kawai was working at a girls' bar.
河合のこと見に行かせたわけですよね。
After Mitsuru jumped that day, Kawai came to me in tears to apologize.
わざと復讐心を煽ったわけですよ。
If he'd frozen in place when he saw me, if he'd been the slightest bit apologetic, I might have been able to stay my hand.
復讐心に支配されるのが一番苦しいからね。
He didn't even recognize my face. And that's hardly the worst part of it, actually. When he saw me, he took me for some bawdy cougar on the prowl for young men. If you've got the cash, I'll show you a good time, he said. All those tears he'd shed years earlier were a farce. But I knew that. Deep down, I'd already known that. That was it. That was the moment I lost all doubt about killing him. And as for those other kids who bullied Mitsuru, they should thank me they didn't share his fate.
まあそれは
But
そう。
That's why I don't feel like I have any sins to atone for. Every night,
Every night I pray he will wake up. What more can you ask me to endure?
Kawana said something similar. But you think you can repeat all that? This time say it to her.
Isn't that Sawa-san?
You and Kawana can congratulate yourselves. You got vengeance on a monster. But what you're choosing not to see is that your actions had consequences for her. It's vicious. I've seen this before. Justice for one at the cost of another. Someone innocent always pays the price. I won't just sit here and watch as history tries to repeat itself. This phone isn't being traced by anyone. So, if you have a change of heart, just give me a call before you turn yourself in. That's all I had to say. We're back.
Hmm, 結局自首した方が救われると思いますね、私も。偉人帳。
Right here, okay, Yagami-san?
Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to Kawana. Need to tell him I met with Reiko Kusamoto.
He's gonna be pissed, you know? He's gonna try to rip you a new one.
That's true. So you might want to sit this one out.
You sure? 'Cause I'll totally take you up on that.
なるほど。じゃあ、桑名にご報告しに行きましょうか。
Well, look who we have here. Haven't seen your mug in a while.
It's only been 2 or 3 days. Where's Kawana?
How should I put this? Would you freak out if he was right behind you?
You know, this kind of shit is why you get on my nerves.
Couldn't we have done this by phone?
I just came from seeing Reiko Kusamoto. I told her to turn herself in for murdering Kawai 5 years ago.
You what?
What did she have to say about that?
That she had no sins to atone for.
Of course not. Look, what do you think you're doing? Her part in this is done. Don't drag her back into it.
全然終わってなかったけどね。いや、ほんまに。
You would just let Sawa-sensei stay collateral damage. How do you think her folks feel? They probably think you killed their daughter. And they don't know why, or if justice will be served. Do they have to suffer like that? All without even knowing the truth?
澤先生の話以前に河合の件も全然終わってなかったけどね。彼女の中で。
Say whatever you want, but if you cause Kusamoto-san any more pain, I will never forgive you.
お前が一番苦しめてるからな。
Listen, Yagami. She hides it well, but she's never gotten over the fact Mitsuru tried to jump to his death. And she's not sure how to feel about killing Kawai. Unlike me.
お前にはどう見えてるんや。
I would have pushed her harder to confess.
There's no evidence that she killed Kawai. He simply vanished from Kamurocho, and the police didn't even know about it. Besides, there's no case without a corpse. Point being, she'll never be charged.
河合の死体は桑名が隠し持ってる。
Even if she did turn herself in, the police wouldn't know what to do with her.
Don't think for a second that you're getting a pass here. You've killed, what, 7 people now? Do you even hesitate anymore?
You got proof? Running around making baseless accusations. You sure you were a real fucking lawyer?
My colleagues in Kamurocho are getting ready to appeal Ahara's case. Your actions are going to be put under a microscope.
I wouldn't even call that bad news. I want the world to know their bullies are getting what they're due.
そうなん
And
だ
by then, I'll probably be going by a different name, maybe even a different look.
You're just gonna keep doing this? Did Sawa-sensei sacrifice mean nothing to you?
Is that the only thing keeping you around?
それはそう
Truth be told, I don't think exposing everything is even in Sawa's best interest.
What?
澤先生一本やりやから
Sawa-kun
な
herself felt guilty. I just sent you the
普
proof.
通に桑名がやってることはただの殺人ですよというだけでは
An audio file?
あかんのかな
After Ahara-san lost in court, she called me. I recorded our conversation.
Toshiro-kun came running to the roof. His face was pretty swollen. And a few minutes later, a student named Mikoshiba came up looking for him. I'll never forget the fear I saw in Toshiro-kun's face. He told me about everything. The teasing, the beatings, the theft. How nobody was on his side. And yet, I had to deny all this in front of an entire courtroom. They said there was no hope, that I was the only witness with no proof whatsoever. Believe me, I never wanted to do that.
この音声を聞いた上で
Sawa-kun's testimony in court was false.
江原は
And she was racked with
澤
guilt
先
over
生
it.
を貶める発言をしてたわけですよ
record it?
彼女は法廷で嘘の発言をしたって言って
And then I played it for Ihara-san. He had the right to know the real reason his son killed himself.
うん
All you
権
did
利
was
はある
light
け
the
ど
fires of vengeance in Ahara's heart because you didn't want to be alone.
そうですね
You know, I've heard that bullying is almost instinctive. That's why people
た
who
だ
do
ただ
it
焚きつけただけや
I mean, think about it. Would you stop cleaning a toilet just because it'll get filthy again? Somebody's always got to get his hands dirty.
トイレ掃除を
That
してい
somebody's
る
gonna
と
be you?
If it means I can prevent another Mitsuru Kusamoto, yes, I will keep killing.
守っ
These
てな
bastards
い
who
し
prey on the
な
defenseless must be punished for all to see. I wish the law would do its job. Because deep down, I don't want to do any of this.
思考回路がずっといじめ加害者と一緒なんですよねクワナ
Stop, Kawana.
If you really want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me and call it justice.
結局いじめ加害者をいじめて回ってるだけですよね
I thought you guys were gonna start another fight. It was a bitch cleaning up the mess last time.
Next time I go up against him, it won't be just a few scratches.
Well, when that time comes, take it anywhere but here.
いやほんまにね今日はもう上がりかなと99課に戻るかいやつまんな別荘ここじゃないとこでやりましょういやーほんまにあれなんですよねいじめ加害者と同じ思考回路これどうやって変えるんやったっけここか
Hello?
It's Shirosaki. Are you in Yokohama again, Yagami-san?
うん
Yeah. Is this about Ahara's trial?
Yes. Regarding the appeal. The prosecution says they want to consult with us. Off the record.
なるほ
Off the
ど
record. What do you mean?
非公式
They want to discuss with the judge beforehand whether or not Hara's murder footage is admissible evidence. The video has gone viral, of course, and nobody's really sure how to handle it.
なるほどね
Is the prosecution really gonna hold the line on it being a deepfake?
That's quite possible. Which is why we're meeting today in the courthouse conference room. I'm sorry for the short notice, but could you join us?
うんもちろん
Of course. I'll be there.
Thank you very much. No need to rush. There's still plenty of time. Just be sure you're there, please.
裁判所にはタクシーで行くと。まあ検事たちも一人の人間やからね、どうするか難しいとこですよね。指トントン嫌やな。
So what you're saying is, Yui Mamiya was not a victim of sexual battery, but rather she conspired with Akihiro Ehara to fake a murder alibi. We've already closed the book on that ordeal, yet now the defense wants to write a sequel?
高野貞夫くん。
To establish the defendant's motive in the harassment, we need to bring the Mikoshiba murder to light. The groping itself was staged. It was all part of their script, right down to the guilty verdict.
It sounds like the defendant has some strong hostility for the court.
Ehara got the court to accept his murder alibi by twisting the legal process to his own ends. It was easy to miss, because at the time, Mikoshiba's body hadn't been found yet. But we have to admit that we all got duped.
We? You're not even a lawyer. You're a detective.
Yagami-sensei still has a license to practice.
Forget what I said if it offended you, prosecutor.
My superiors always told me that in his youth, your Genda-sensei was a difficult man.
全く関係ない話し始めましたよ。
innocent, persisting even in the face of conviction. He was hostile to the prosecution and was known to fraternize with Kamurocho Yakuza.
だから何なんですか?
But it was his sheer disrespect that made my boss hate him.
Damn. You sure know an awful lot about
Genda-sensei の話はしてないんですよ、今。
Because I honestly can't say I like him. He treated me like a child when I was starting out.
I'll tell you this. There's no higher praise for the defense than being called difficult by the prosecution.
さすがの沙織さんですね。若い頃は検察に喧嘩売りまくってたと。沙織さんが源田事務所の弁護士魂を受け継いでいたと。
Now, if we can get back on track,
そいつがそらしたんですけどね。
the defendant himself has agreed to the appeal.
Yes.
But if Ehara really committed the murder, why would he agree to his alibi being scrutinized?
Ehara's objective isn't to get away with murder.
Then what is he after?
Making a mockery of the legal system.
Then it'd be best not to pay him any attention.
それを現役警察官がやるというのがすごいよな。
rather than preserving fairness in the law.
You've got a real attitude.
Sorry I'm a bit late.
出ましたね。
So, with this appeal,
何
the
も言わ
defense
ずに
wants to
再
assert
開
the
するな。
defendant's innocence by establishing his guilt in a murder.
Wait, before we go on, who is this?
He's from the Metropolitan Police. Considering Ehara was on the force, he has a vested interest here. He's not here to participate, don't worry.
The police can't afford to be embarrassed any further. We need to send the right message to the public.
Can we have your name, please?
The name is Bando.
And your title?
Think of me as a kind of police coordinator. But don't let me interrupt the proceedings.
公安とは言わないわけですね。
Please continue.
公安課調整官坂東秀美。
So much for this meeting being off the record.
Allow me to restate the prosecution's opinion to the judge. We cannot allow the murder footage to be used as new evidence in Akihiro Ehara's appeal. It's nothing but an online hoax of unknown origin. We can't just casually introduce that into court.
Indeed.
Furthermore, if Ehara bears such hostility towards the court, the footage might end up being a trap.
Trap?
Yes. What if the next viral video proves the original footage was doctored? What if the proceedings have already begun by then? Do we drop the appeal and call it a day? We cannot allow a man like Ehara to swing the court around by its nose at his whims. With that in mind, I believe Ehara's conviction should be upheld and enforced.
それもそうや
The
と思う。
defense care to comment? Did you think any of this through before filing this appeal?
Yes. We aim to prove the defendant's innocence no matter what your objections may be.
And what about you?
まあ、現時点では控訴したらいいと思いますよ。江原の無実を証明してみせる。三越柴殺しを償わせる。まあ、右かな。
Ihara's guilty verdict was wrong. We don't think there was enough evidence at the first trial to result in that verdict.
There was fiber from the victim's underwear found on Ihara's hand.
That was a trick. It was set up with cooperation from the victim.
There is no evidence it was a trick. Are you saying Yui Mamiya and Ihara met beforehand? Is there proof of that? Was there perhaps any security footage we didn't see?
No, the station erases the footage from their cameras after a few days if there's no need to keep it.
Right. But if there's even a chance Ihara and Mamiya were a team, the underwear fiber proves nothing. What were the other deciding factors? Security footage? The smartphone videos we kept seeing on TV? Those don't prove the crime either, because there was a huge time gap in them.
What?
We've done enough legwork to know.
大きな穴があった。これですね。
Did you walk around the site with your own 2 feet, prosecutor?
Well, no. But I have been to Shinjuku Station plenty of times.
まあ、わざわざ行かへんような現場に。検事も弁護士も。
But if you went there to look carefully, you'd find there are some blind spots.
ドラマとかゲームではよくあるかもしれへんけど。
That's Ihara running, while Mamiya chases after him. It seems as though the whole chase is recorded, but this area in dotted lines is a blind spot no camera saw. That's the momentary gap in time where Ihara and his double switched places.
The victim was running right behind Ihara. She would have noticed if they swapped places right in front of her eyes.
Oh, but she knew about the swap all along. They were all in on it from the start.
Can you prove that?
We don't have to prove the defendant is innocent, Takano-san.
What?
All we have to prove is that the evidence provided by the prosecution at the trial was insufficient to determine guilt. Because that's the role of the defense counsel.
Indeed it is.
If the prosecution can't debunk any and all possibility that the train groping was a production, it's innocent until proven guilty.
Then the defense should have brought it up the first time. Although I doubt Shirosaki-sensei actually believed in the defendant's innocence herself.
The guilty verdict at the trial was orchestrated by the defendant. It was our error not to have seen it at the time, but it would be another not to correct ourselves now.
沙織さんがずっとかっこいいのよね。
That is a statement I cannot abide. The law can't give the impression that a false charge is permissible, even for a subway perk.
Right. I take that back. I misspoke.
I do believe this case is worth a trial in the appeal court.
ありがとう。
If the court was misled by a hostile defendant, then only the court can correct it.
Thank you very much.
However, I too have seen Ihara-san's murder footage. I believe it would be difficult to introduce it as evidence in this trial. Therefore, I cannot allow it to be brought into the courtroom at this time.
そうなんですね。法廷に出すこともできない。できそうですけどね。できないんですね。
Sorry, son. Think you got this covered?
Huh?
I'll poke my head in at the office later.
Very well. We'll be expecting you.
Bando-san, was it? From public security?
I don't recall saying my department. But yeah, that's right.
Do you know Reiko Kusumoto, the vice minister at the Ministry of Health?
Of course.
Any particular reason she's under constant surveillance?
A rather bold question, isn't it?
It's just you and me here.
I see you know how to cut to the chase, Yagami-sensei.
この局面に現れる公安の人間が元玲子の件と無関係なわけがない。
Tahara's trial can't be that important to you. So I have to figure I'm the reason you showed up. You want to know where Kawana is, don't you? Were you finally forced to get off your ass because nobody else can get eyes on him?
Kawana, otherwise known as Yu Kitakata, is wanted on suspicion of murder. If you know where he is, please do tell.
Wanted for murder? Huh. Because you know, I thought it was RK acting on your orders that killed Sawa-sensei. You think you can hide that fact forever? Even the cops in the field have their suspicions.
Do they? Well, the cubicle workers always resent the corner offices. Officers in the field complain about their superiors. I did the same thing back in my day.
And why did you use thugs as your pawns instead of officers? Is that how Sawa-sensei got roped into this?
I'm afraid I'm not following.
この男が RK を動かしている。相馬に指示を出している連中の一味。
You knew it was going to be a dirty job from the beginning. That's why you couldn't use anybody on the force. Or maybe you just weren't able to find an underling you could fully trust.
煽りますね。
That's a good one.
Public security's only tricks are surveillance and call tracing. You leave the dirty work to the thugs.
That may be true, but it's enough to crush the likes of you.
I'm gonna ask just in case. Where is Soma now?
Hand over Kawana to me and there will be no more victims.
What?
まあ確かに。
Protect him? I already know he's going around executing bullies. He's a disturbance to public order.
そうですね。
He wasn't the one who killed Sawa-sensei.
I didn't come here to argue. I came to issue an ultimatum.
まあでも指名手配してるからな。罠をかばう理由ね。俺もないと思うけど、まあ八神はかばいたいんですね。